Good evening. Welcome back to another edition of Blue Ridge Silverhound, and today we're going to talk about rotated die errors. All right. I would say that this is an error type that most people don't look at. Okay, they might find one. There might be a slight 10-degree rotation, 10 to 15-degree rotation from the obverse to the reverse. Which is pretty minor, but you know what? These coins absolutely are very cherry pickable coin roll hunting. I've found numerous amounts of them. I guess the question is, how do you know if you have one? Okay, number one, it's always good to know exactly how U.S. coins are designed and built, and knowing what the coin orientation those coins have. Secondly, how much are they worth? Okay, that's a very popular subject when it comes to error collecting, and we'll get to that here in a second. But first of all, there's two different types of coin orientations. Okay, if you were to flip a coin with your thumb, all right, it rotates a certain way, and different countries adopt a different kind of coin turn. So what you see here before you is a Kennedy half dollar, and the reason why that there's two green arrows is, if you can imagine grabbing a hold of that coin with two fingers, your thumb and your middle finger, and just holding it on the 3 and 9 o'clock position on the coin, and then you flip the coin around on that axis. Okay, for U.S. coins, especially the business strike ones, those coins will have something called a coin turn, okay, quote unquote, coin turn orientation. And what that means is, if you flip it at that 3 to 6 degree position where you would have your fingers at, this is what your coin would look like on the reverse. Okay, it'll be right side up. That's called the coin turn. There's also one called a medal turn. Kind of think of like a Olympic medal that you would wear on your around your neck. Okay, this is different. If you were to hold a coin at the 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock position, north and south, and then you flipped it to the left or right, okay, the back side of the coin should be right side up. So those are your two different orientations when you flip a coin, either way, east, west, or north, south. What really applies to U.S. coinage is, of course, the coin turn method, where you flip it on the 3 and 9 o'clock position. Okay, you flip it, and then the back side of it is supposed to be right side up. But enough about that. So we've understood what the two different coin turns mean. U.S. coins, now that we know that it's a coin turn method and the way that's how they're designed, that's an important part of determining the rotated dies part of it. All right, so I have a couple sample coins I'm going to show you. Okay, and so a good rule of thumb is, when you flip a coin, holding the coin from the 3 and 9 o'clock position, you flip the coin. If there is any rotation that I would say is above like 60%, that's pretty major. So if you flip a coin and the back side of it's rotated quite a bit, you have a coin that's going to be worth some money. Even in modern coins, okay, that is even the case. It's not, believe it or not, rotated dies aren't worth nearly as much in the earlier classical coins, like the coins from the 1800s, because they had a bunch of minting, faux pas, a bunch of issues and problems that they've gone through, that the rotated dies really was not an important part that they needed to fix. It all works out in the end, I guess. But in the newer coins, when you have that dramatic of a turn, okay, as evidenced by this Lincoln cent that you see here before you, now keep in mind, the Lincoln cent, because this particular coin was slabbed in an NGC holder, this one was sold on Great Collections. You can even look at the auction. If you went to the auction archives, this one ended, I believe, in August, and the coin actually is flipped nearly 180 degrees around from where it's, so it almost looks like it's a metal turn orientation for that cent. Now, the coin did sell for $120, and it was like a mint state 62. So it was literally pulled out of pocket changed, slabbed, and then consigned to an auction house where it made over a C note. So that gives you a great kind of idea of how much these coins can be worth, with some absolutely dramatic rotated reverse dies. Okay, and the final example I'm going to show you is this quarter. It is available for sale on Great Collections as a buy it now opportunity. They're asking $295 for this. It's right about there as far as market value. It might be priced a little bit higher because it is one of the in-house buy it now deals, but same thing. This coin has a really dramatic turn. You know, it's crazy, and it's a proof coin, which makes it even more desirable, because those coins are supposed to be the beacon of perfection when it comes to the overall craftsmanship of the coin. So when you have an example with a 160-degree rotated reverse die, then you know that's pretty incredible on a proof coin. But anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about the rotated dies. I know it's like one extra thing that you have to look out for when you're coin roll hunting or pocket change searching. But if you could hold a coin real quick on the 3 and 9 o'clock position with your thumb and middle finger and just do a quick flip of every coin that you go through, because in a way you kind of have to look at the reverse anyways, you'll be able to find a coin that has a pretty dramatic turn, the rotation. Always a keeper. The coins, they're kind of tricky to sell online. Some people use a mirror when they're doing the photography, so they get a glimpse of the front of the coin and the back, and that always usually helps. Okay, I've sold a few coins in that manner, and you know, I've done okay. That's the case if you don't want to authenticate or slab the coin, which is fine. You know, I've sold a few of these examples in the $10 to $20 range, pretty well worn, but they're a neat find, and they're not particularly rare. I would say that for every 1,000 coins that you do comb through, you will find one. Okay, whether or not it's, you know, got a gnarly 90-degree turn on it or more, remains to be you know, seen. But anyways, sorry to keep it just so mishmashed with information, but it's an easy thing to take a look at, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video tonight on rotated dies. Please give me a like, subscribe, Blue Ridge, and hit the bell below for the instant notifications. You know, that way you'll gain access to all the newest content as they're made available. I appreciate your guys' time. You guys take care, keep hunting, and I'll see you on the next one.